entombed, then Mr. Wickham created such history himself.
But it is so distressing. One does not know what to think.
Oh, to me, one knows exactly what to think.
I know only with certainty that poor Mr. Bingley would have much to suffer if Wickham's charge becomes public.
Oh, Mr. Bingley.
I speak only as an observer.
Of course. Mr. Bingley came with an invitation for the Netherfield ball, which was fixed for the following Tuesday.
I by no means of the opinion, I assure you, that a ball of this kind given by a young man of character can have any evil tendency. And I am so far from objecting to dancing myself, Miss Eliza, that I take this opportunity of soliciting the first two with you especially.
And it struck me that I was chosen among my sisters to be the mistress of Huntsman Parsonage. Oh. Yes,
I perceive that Elizabeth longed to see Mr. Wickham among those assembled.
Might I have this dance, Miss Eliza? May.
Estos. Kelihatan hiusan. Babae ka kasi. Yan. Maputing babae. Babae yan. Babae yan.
Miss Bennet, I have the honor of your hand for the next.
Well, I hardly think.
Do not be a simpleton and allow your fancy for Wickham to make you appear unpleasant in the eyes of a man 10 times as handsome witness.
Kausap ni.
Music is well played, do not think. It is your turn to say something, Mr. Darcy. I talked about the dance. Now you can make a remark on the size of the room, or the number of couples.
I quite assure you that whatever you wish me to say will be said.
Very well. That reply will do for the present. Now we may be silent.
You talk about the rhythm while dancing, Miss Bennet.
I have always seen a great similarity in the tones of our minds. We're each of an unsocial, taciturn disposition. I'm going to speak unless you say something that will amaze the whole room or be brought down in a clave of pollen.
Babae nga suara.
This is no very striking resemblance to your own character, I am sure.
Yan yan.
Henry maybe twine. I cannot pretend to say.
Pumanta. Diyan kita milapos ko.
I recently had a new acquaintance of a child friend of yours, a Mr. Wickham.
Mr. Wickham is blessed with such happy manners as may ensure his making friends. Whether he may be equally capable of retaining them is less certain.
He is so lucky to lose your friendship, where he must suffer from all his life.
Rosak ng lupa. Ano ba?
What think your books, Elizabeth?
I cannot talk of books in a ballroom. My head is full of something else. I heard you once say that you hardly ever forgave, that your resentments once created was unappeasable. You're cautious as to its being created,
I am.
and never let yourself be blinded by prejudice.
May I ask to what these questions tend?
Merely to illustrate your character, I'm trying to make it out.
What is your success?
I do not get along at all. I hear such different accounts of you to puzzle me exceedingly.
I can readily believe that reports may vary greatly with respect to me. I could wish Miss Bennet. I do not sketch my character at present, as there is reason to fear the performance reflect no credit on either.
Depende kang light ng gagamitan ng mga nagsakikin. Yan yung light mo. Yung light sa gagamitan mo.
My heavens, you stepped in one. Oh, Mr. Darcy, you are, if I'm not mistaken, the nephew of mine, eminent patroness, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, who secured for me the living at Hunsford Parsonage. Thus, allow me to observe that I consider the clerical office as equal point dignity as the highest rank in the kingdom, provided that a proper humility of rank is at the same time maintained.
You have neglected your name, sir.
Have I?
You have.
Mr. Collins, sir.
Delighted.
Excellent. Most excellent. I have no reason, I assure you, to be dissatisfied with my reception. He answered me with utmost civility, and upon the whole, I am much pleased with him.
Though he neglected his name.
Did he?
So, Miss Eliza, I hear you are quite delighted with George Wickham. Oh yes, your sister Jane has been talking with me. Did you know he was the son of the late Mr. Darcy Stewart?
I believe he's so asserted.
Let me recommend you, however, not to give implicit confidence to all his assertions.
pray you, inform me.